I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is September 16, Monday, 2024. Hope you had a good weekend. So I had a rough night last night. I had a family member come in town and wants to party like forever, and just knew that was going to be a rough morning for me. So I was in and out, but so I'm trying to make this video short because I'm exhausted. And basically what we did was we opened up for the new week. We did gap, and then we pushed up. We never made a high previous than Friday. So, and then we just consolidated around, came down all the way to this daily imbalance right here from the Thursday, the 12th right here. And generally speaking, on a Monday, you are expecting a retracement. If it was going to be bullish, then you would have seen it just take off. But still a little bit neutral at the moment. And we did stop in its tracks on this imbalance on the daily here. So we also have this daily imbalance right here from September the 3rd. I could put that on there. I should have left it on there. Probably. Yeah, just so we can understand where we are. So, and in simple terms, it's like, okay, are we going to break through this level down? Are we going to use this as an inversion imbalance? Or are we going to, are we going to hold this Thursday imbalance as a support, right? The bullish one. So that, you don't want to go below these levels if you're bullish, right? So at the moment, we're kind of still bullish, but we have news. We have the Fed rates coming on Wednesday. So they're going to cut whatever they are from 25 to 75 basis points. I don't see 75, but even if they do 25 to 50, it's not, to me, I don't think it matters. I think, the September historical data, the 15-year is not really playing out. It's starting to look like the 5-year is starting to play out, which the 5-year is really bearish. But so far we've got the move where we come down and we come up. Do we breach the open of the month, or do we just keep it as that and then and make a leg down? Kind of starting to look like that, but we'll see. So hopefully this all makes sense, but we do have the previous week high right there as the Friday. So if they announce the funds, I'm assuming that they're just gonna pull up, one more time, right? Just to wipe out the Friday here and possibly get in here. And then after that, I see us coming down for the rest of the month. So however that looks like, I'm not really seeing a very, very bullish scenario at this point, but we'll see. So let's go into the day real quick. As you'll see here, we gapped down. We had a nice little gap right there, and we pretty much ranged out here. Just building liquidity. As you see here, when we open, look at the 15-minute, especially that low from Friday at 12:45 right there. When we gap down, we don't take it out. Then we pop up, we don't take out that high, which is the 345, and then we come back down and we don't take out the low that they made in Asia. Then they come back up and they don't take that low that they made in Asia, the high, I'm sorry. So like, super liquidity right there, super ranging. So accumulation, you're looking at a manipulation, and then is that the distribution, to me, this failed. If it was going to be bullish, obviously Monday can be the bearish candle of the week and then still pull up. You have the highest chance of Sunday and Monday being the high or the low of the week, not necessarily Tuesday as much. But so with that logic, we were looking for a pullback down anyway, regardless of where it's going. And then you can see how we come right now to this daily imbalance on the 15. Pretty much on the 15-minute. You can see here on the 1 minute here that we came to the 15-minute, and then this demand block here. You can see on the 4-hour that we have these two candles here, right? So we have these two candles. I highlighted the last down candle, the high of it. We didn't reach the open, and the high is pretty much where I was looking at, but I just wanted to get a reference of that area. And sure enough, if you drag it out here, you'll see that we pretty much are respecting that area. And then also look at the 15-minute, the bodies here respecting 50% of this imbalance right here. And this was what I was looking for actually right here. So coming to the market, you want to, you don't want to be fresh out the gate at 9:30, but if you did and you had the simple bias of, hey, I understand that we're going to dip down into that daily imbalance because it's the closest, right? On the higher time frame, it's the closest, right? So even if when you look at a 4-hour, the 4-hour had this, there's imbalance right here. You know what? Let me just do that. Let me just do that so it can be visual. So we had a 4-hour imbalance right there, right? Let's see how this looks now. Take a look here. So you'll see here that we come down and we tap not only that last down candle, but now it's this 4-hour imbalance. So right here, this was a great buy right here. And then selling it, as you see, we're already making this small lower low, lower high, right? And then 9:30 opens up and just shoots down, right? So on the weak side, because we don't breach the first 25%, we don't get to the 50 at all. But it's still a little early in the week. It's a Monday. It's a shakeout day in general speaking. But you'll see that we do. This was the understanding of, okay, well, I have the daily imbalance that I just had, and now I refined it to this 4-hour. You'll see that, man, I can't even, my voice sounds like shit. I can't hang anymore. It's official. I just, I drink 5 beers or 5 cocktails and it's over with. Anyways, so price shoots down. This tags in this 931 and then closes with a weak wick, right? I mean, with a strong wick, I should say, but weak value. And then these next candles shoot down, come in here. This over here, this 937, this engulfs that imbalance right there, and this is a nice possible bounce. So we get this push up here. We're using this as an inversion. And I didn't draw that out, so I'm not going to, but this retraces back into that imbalance right there nicely. Look at that entry right there, that 941 tags the gap plus that imbalance in the background, shoots up. We use this 933 as an inversion as well, and pushes down. And this is the bottom half of this range, so you expect this to be an inverse, not so much the top side, but and that's general comments. But when the more you're pushing up, you're expecting it to hold as support. Then we get to this next candle here, which is this 932. This is the first imbalance of the opening, and then we push back into that imbalance right there, which is this 948, and then we take off right here. You can see everything holding as support, and then we push up to this liquidity pool that we have right here. Nice little pool. Before the 930 open, they come and try to wipe that out right here, all the way up to here, right? And then you can see we're rejecting the bottom 25% multiple times. When we get this down candle right here and it breaks that low, not a good sign for buying, but and as you can see, bodies reject from there, holding, and then this wick right here, this 956. If you draw 50% of that wick, you can see that the bodies aren't even closing above that. So boom, what do we have here? We had the oversold here. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful right here. Oversold here. We get to the top. Look at to the top. Look at the overbought right there. Boom. Right there to the tick. I mean, that's gorgeous right there. And sure enough, another reason why this is suspect is because, as you can see, we're having lower highs here in the divergence. Boom. And then they sink it right here. So very, very tough right there. And then again, holding a bias or holding for a swing is very difficult. But then we shoot down. We come here. We get into this imbalance right here. We tag in there. Beautiful entry. If you didn't get it from the breakaway here, this is perfect right here. To what you want to attack, either a lower low, because here I'm trying to make this simple, but here when you're reaching this top, I was mentioning this on Friday, so go watch that video so it makes sense. But you see we have that drive 1, drive 2, drive 3 on these on the on the RSI, like here, boom, 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 right there. See that? So then on Monday, we're now lower, right? So at the same speaking, we're just talking about being overbought, and then could possibly come down for a I'm not saying it's going to come down, but just saying that the understanding that it's Monday and the sell off is generally first happening, especially when the price has already led you down here, right? Like the price has already led you down here. Like it was already down here. You know what I mean? So like as far as looking for a complete buy right there, I don't see that. I don't see that as like probable. But what's it called? So looking at this as, okay, if this is the top of the mountain, right? And then when we come down, when we come down on a basic higher time frame, what do? Well, we get lower lows and lower highs. Not saying it's bearish, just saying that we do get a couple drives down, and this is what that is. So 930 push down, push back up, that's a lower high. Push back down, that's a lower low, right? And then what do? Push up for a lower high. So and in simple terms, I also look at this as, sell, buy, sell, and then buy. So that's your last buy right there, right? So sell, buy, sell, buy. So it's sort of consolidating, but the bearishness, the flow is still holding more. But could this be a shift coming here where where you then start leading back up? Right, so I think that's for the short term, for when they announce the rates. But then I think shortly after that, I think we're going to pull back down. It only makes sense, and then the September historical data will show that. But so, anyways, we sweep here. We take the liquidity here. Let me put this back. Damn, see if I could do this. I think that was good. Yeah. So, again, 50% of that daily imbalance is holding that. Not doing a great job, but look at the buys. You could tell. So we'll see. What's it going to do from here? But anyways, after that, let me open this back up. We come back down. Again, entry right there. Pulls up. Comes down here to that imbalance. Inverts it. Comes back, strong gap, strong gap, strong gap. So these are all momentum showing you that they're not even going to be tapped in with an imbalance. They're just breakaway gaps. So that's to show strength to the bottom side. Rushes through, boom, takes out the liquidity, pulls up here, uses that inversion imbalance right here, possible inversion as this 933. Pretty much we're dancing at that the rest of the day, and that's why it's all dragged out, right? So we push back down here. We have higher lows here. I think they were all in agreement here, but you can see that this is deep, and the only way you can use this area here is at this last wick right here. Well, it would be, generally speaking, this wick of the 1034, the down candle. You see that when we come back up, it'll come back down, just to mitigate anybody who had bought from right here. But if we looked at this wick right here, this 1035, this is a nice demand wick. So this has got mitigated, and the bodies are respecting 50%. It is pretty deep though and dirty. So what are you gonna do? But that was another entry model right there. And then if you waited here, you got into this down candle, this 1103. You can see it's dragged out right there, and you can see that when we went above it, we had a change in the state of delivery there. And this candle here, this 1105, this is showing you that, okay, well, we're coming back down to 50% of the candle, and then you see the higher lows being built with the candles, and then pretty much that just held out. I'm trying to make this video short, but there's kind of like so much to talk about. But the price pushed up here, right? Price pushed up and then retraced back, fucking dirty, came back over here, and then gets below 50% here. So you would have had to had an entry here of the wick here, this wick right here. Your stop loss needed to be well below 50% of this candle. It would still have to be sitting at the open of this candle, and preferably a little bit lower to not get knocked out here, right? If you were still holding, I'm talking about for a position trader or swing traders, intraday swing traders right now. Anyways, that being the case, you had this 1225 hold the price down, pretty much, holding price up, and then you had that inversion imbalance. You can see that we're pretty much the price action is still sitting inside it, right? And then we push back up. We push up back to the 930 open right there. Let me zoom out. We back to the 930 open, fanning out and just consolidating in for the rest of the day. Never broke that 25. If I go to S&P, they did take out their high right now. They did sweep that, and we did not. So, and neither did Dow. So, I'm gonna just draw this right here. And is this a helpful catalyst to come down? So when we were also before the day started, 930, Dow's pushing up hard, right? So when you see Dow pushing up hard, you expect us to be pushing down. And then they had created a higher low here. So when NAS and S&P did come down here, we saw the divergence, and that was a nice buy. So the buy got pushed up, right? And all were in agreement of, well, let me put it this way. This was also a nice divergence right here, by the way, too. See this between the 420 and the 515. You see that lower high right there, and we had higher highs. I'm sorry, with Dow and S&P. So if you do this, we'll just do this right here. If you do this, what's it called right here? You'll see that that we had lower highs here very clearly, and then we had higher highs here. So that nice sell-off right there, and even in this price action here, let me just move this. And even in this price action here, you can see that they're all lower highs here, all lower highs, all in agreement here, right? So, which is fine, which is actually what it should be normally. The divergence is just giving you a tip, but and then higher lows here, and then yeah. Why did I draw that? I could have swore. I can't think. My brain hurts. I'm tired. I just got up from a nap to make the video, to be honest with you. And then right here, lower lows here with Dow, and we had higher lows here. No, not breaking that low right there, which we're talking about this 1030 and 1035. So the opening range, that didn't really expand or extend or anything like that. So dollar is looking really sick. Still coming down, and this looks like it's gonna fall hard. I remember earlier in the year we were bullish. We were bullish here. We were expecting to come up in here, but it's not. And we know the dollar ain't worth shit, but I do know who runs the dollar, and I think that's their only legs to stand on, unless they got another trick up their sleeve. So, but I ain't gonna get in that conversation, but. That looks like it's about to fall. It looks like it's about to make a complete leg swing down. But anyways, that being said, look at Dow making all new time highs. And I mentioned that. I said that Dow is not ready, not done for the top side. Took out that pool right there. And S&P, well, let me look at this smaller time frame. Yeah, so accumulation right there. There's your manipulation down. Right here, and then push off. But yeah, not a sexy day, that's for sure. But and then Dow, S&P looks like it's still hanging in. Still hanging in. So again, I don't see them not taking this pool before coming down if we are on the bearish side. So I just don't see that. I don't see that. Asia and London would have to be it's going to be very interesting. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and they have some news, but Wednesday is the rate release. But you gotta tread lightly. You gotta try. If you're positioning here, then keep holding. For that push up. I am actually. So I don't think there's anything else I need to mention. And then with Nvidia and all them, Apple even popped down. I think this is like this is it. Like they need to hold this area. I think they need to hold this area here. This whole area. And if I was to even fine tune it, I would even say, let's do it this way. I'm going to say that this area needs to hold. This area needs to hold for support to push up. That's their last resort. If they come any lower than this, I think we all know that we're coming down. So, let me see. I feel like I'm missing something. I know I'm always missing something. 20 minutes. I want to keep it at 20 minutes though, but yeah, oversold here on the 1 hour. Nice bounce right there too. Nice little confluence. You also had that same confluence on the 15-minute. Nice divergence right there on the 15-minute. Let me move it over. Man, there's no way to have them not do that. Right here. Ugh. You see how it's... Come on, buddy. See how it's higher low right there? And then lower low right there on the 15-minute. Nice. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The 5-minute. The 5-minute was really nice as well. You can see here we also had this divergence here. That's how I bought this right here. And generally speaking, if you wanted to start trading the 930, that's iffy on Mondays. I would like to be ready at 10 or 10:30, preferably after 10:30, because 10:30 is when the full range has been already printed from 9:30 to 10:30. We like to see if it likes to break out of its range, or does it come back in. In this case, it came back in. So you had a nice divergence there as well. So just kind of like the 15-minute, but right here, and it held the price, man. Pushed it back up. So and then this is questionable, that pool right there of liquidity, but I don't know, man. This is not normal times, obviously. So in normal times, I'd be like, yeah, we're coming up for this here, but especially with the rates, obviously it could wick any direction. But man, for some reason, man, I just feel like that 5 year is starting to kick in. The 5 year historical data for the indices is very bearish. So that means that we would literally just start selling like in the next couple days, probably by the 20th, by this week, by the end of this week. So does it make this is Monday, so does Tuesday or Wednesday make the high of the week and then come down? That would make a lot of sense. That's how I would make the market if you asked me, but who am I? So in that case, does the 5 year power? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. The data is starting to look like it, but yeah, I think that's good enough. You guys take care and God bless.